Recap: Tales of Herding Gods, Chapter 529. Chapter Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. The twin halves of the heavenly devil general plummeted from the sky even before his last breath had time to escape. Upon impact, his body twitched violently, as if the world itself sought to expel him. A master of the celestial being realm, his body had even borne the mark of 4 heads. Chinmu's moonjade eye had cleaved him asunder, yet the formidable life force that coursed through his veins delayed death, binding him to the mortal coil for a fleeting heartbeat longer. His 4 heads, eyes ablaze with unyielding malice, fixed upon Chinmu with a final fury, yet energy waned, and slowly, inexorably, death claimed him. Around the battlefield, the divine arts practitioners of Supreme Emperor Heaven stared in awe. Astonishment etched upon every face. Their gaze fell upon the young prodigy, calculating with relentless focus amid the carnage, the crimson battlefield spreading around him like a storm of blood and spirit. The fiendish heavenly devil general had once been a titan among celestial being realm experts, a youth whose reputation soared within the devil ranks. His abilities were profound, ineffable, and terrifying. Had he struck, hundreds might have perished upon the altar, yet he had been stopped. "Who is this?" a practitioner murmured, voice low, reverent. Beside him another replied. He was devil god Furiluo's disciple, ranked 7th among devilish celestial being realm masters. Destined to become a true devil, he was Furiluo's cherished disciple. "No, I speak of the one who felled him. I have no knowledge." The long braid girl lifted Chinmu with a graceful smile. "You have slain Fuyu Xiao. His standing among the celestial being realm devils was immense. Your merit is great." Chinmu's gaze lingered upon the corpse, astonishment tinting his expression. "High position? That explains his power. Had I not mastered the move of Saint Woodcutter, not even a single blow could have been withstood." He crouched once more, resuming his meticulous calculations. The long braid girl's eyes narrowed, fixating on the moonjade eye. "How did you kill him? This eye?" "It was forged by the gods during the High Emperor era, a construct atop the moon to harness celestial energy," Chinmu replied, returning to his calculations. Fuyu Xiao's 4 heads commanded his body in unison, yet within the chaos of conflict, each head's consciousness did not govern separately. His movements, then, were muscle memory. I calculated the interplay of his divine arts, his physical reactions in peril, and activated the moonjade eye. As he leapt, he collided with the ray, extinguishing himself. The girl's eyes widened, astonishment painted across her features. To calculate such a death? To weaponize prediction itself? "Are there any algebra experts here?" Chinmu queried, drawing his touty sack, recalling the spirit weapons. "To construct the world bridge, calculations are indispensable. Alone, I would require half a year to solve the equations of sacrificial spirit energy conversion and shifting, establishing the spatial algebraic model connecting the worlds." Silence fell. The long braid girl's voice cut through the air, sharp and incredulous. "Equation? Yes, mathematical equations determine variables, unknowns. Algebra, the unknown quantity." Chinmu's gaze swept over the Supreme Emperor Heaven practitioners, their eyes reflecting wonder as though beholding celestial scripture. Doubt crept into him. No 10 computational canons? Not the 9 basic writings of calculation? Nor computational canon of supreme mystery? Circulatory cycle stars array equation? Shaking heads greeted him. "What use is calculation?" the girl asked. "Training, learning divine arts, comprehension? These suffice." Others replied with smiles, their battlefield lives, leaving little time for the abstruse. Chinmu's fury simmered. No calculations of celestial phenomena? Not even the stars' trajectory? Their expressions froze. No stars in the sky. He lifted his gaze. Supreme Emperor Heaven's firmament was black as ink, 2 half-suns cleaving the void. Constructions marred their broken surfaces. Artificial suns, forged, incomplete, misshapen, one cubic, the other oval, warped in cruel defiance of natural form. Rage and incredulity collided within him. Eternal Peace's celestial simulations had been flawless, but here sloppiness reigned. Even the heavens themselves were flawed, and the sight struck harder than any sunship revelation. Not a star in sight. Algebra, apparently, was a lost art to these warriors. He recalled the Dragon Qilin. Divine arts practitioners fought for survival, training and cultivation consuming their days. Algebra was irrelevant, dry, unhelpful to survival. More observers joined atop the sacrificial altar. Longbows twanged, arrows blazed, severing devils with luminous precision. Sword and knife pellets rose in arcs, striking the infernal foe. Chinmu's mind raced. How was this altar forged? The long braid girl knocked an arrow, losing it with a deft flick. The sacrificial altar is ancient, placed for the day. Supreme Emperor Heaven could no longer endure. It summoned a God's sacred teacher in times of despair. Now, on the brink of ruin, the altar stands central, fed by the sacrifice of countless divine arts practitioners. A relic from 20,000 years past, Chinmu murmured, eyeing Saint Woodcutter waging battle afar, felling enemies with unrelenting precision. Saint Woodcutter designed it to buy time for eternal peace. Chinmu aligned the moon jade eye, its radiant rays extinguishing devilish generals, power surpassing even the swiftest archery. Leadership fell, chaos followed. The devils surged, yet attrition, death, and strategy curtailed their advance. Beneath the altar, corpses mounted into grotesque hills, yet the black tide of devils pressed forward relentlessly. The altar shook with the fury of the clash. Chinmu armed his sword pellet, guarding the apex. Two forces collided in mortal struggle, life and death interwoven. The heavenly devil horde, fearless, drove onward, met only by the extraordinary prowess of Supreme Emperor Heaven's practitioners. Chinmu and the long braid girl endured, narrowly escaping death multiple times. Numbers dwindled. Only 20 to 30 defenders remained atop the altar. A world-shattering shout erupted. Devils recoiled, retreating en masse. Relief cascaded. Survivors fell to the ground, bloodied but breathing. Bugles and drums heralded reinforcements from Brilliant's injured city, an army in pursuit of fleeing devils. The long braid girl attempted to rise, legs trembling, settling once more onto the blood-soaked altar. Chinmu watched the advancing army, then paused, recalling a detail. Through life and death twice together, yet your name remains unknown. I am Chinmu, yours? She lay amidst the crimson tide, gaze lifted to the misshapen sun. Breathing steady, she spoke. I am Sanghua. That day I said much, but you could hear nothing. Fortune brought you beside me, granting me endurance. Otherwise, I could not have survived. Guess. Dimples curved her cheeks. Guess what I said? Chinmu shook his head. Between worlds, I heard nothing. Sanghua's eyes wandered skyward. See the sun? Supreme Emperor Heaven once lacked one, but these two were crafted with divine aid. We named him Sun Creator. Yet before completion, the devil gods struck him down. Magnificent, are they not? Magnificent, Chinmu conceded, curiosity warring with exhaustion. So what did you say that night? Sanghua slowly rose, her delicate form turning her back to Chinmu, and unfastened her garment to reveal the wounds etched beneath her snow-white neck. From a jade bottle she extracted the congealed blood, applying the medicinal salve with practiced care. That night, I spoke so many words I can scarcely recall them now, she murmured, a faint blush coloring her ears. In truth, when entrapment pressed upon her, she had whispered countless foolish thoughts to Chinmu, some so bold that even the bravest youth might flush at them. Yet she had voiced them with fearless abandon, believing the boy could never hear them. Fate had granted her survival, and those reckless words now echoed in her heart with a curious warmth, as if they had found new life in the darkness, where she might yet see him again. Chinmu lifted his gaze toward the sun, restraining the overwhelming urge to soar upward and grind its blazing spheres to dust. He circled her gracefully, extending a hand to aid in the application of the healing salve. Sanghua hastily covered herself. Men and women must not touch. I am an apothecary, Chinmu interjected gently, here only to administer medicine. I treat patients as parents would, with no impure thoughts. Her heart eased, recalling the tales of his modest fame as a healer. Observing his hands, she noted the finesse and skill in each movement. Your prowess in algebra is great, yet your healing is also exquisite. How can this be? She asked, curiosity piqued. Chinmu examined her chest wound with careful attention. I have devoted 10 years to the art of healing, while algebra has only claimed 3. By this measure, I am indeed more proficient in healing. How long must you stare? She retorted, raising her hands to shield herself. He gently restrained her, easing the garment from her shoulder. I treat my patients with utmost care, and your skin is fair, your shoulders smooth enough. He furrowed his brow. The wound, inflicted by a devil expert, seethed with residual divine arts and devil chi, corroding flesh and vital energy alike. Staunching such corruption was arduous, and the ointment she had used had darkened, its medicinal energy tainted by the malevolent chi. Chenmu assessed the blackened salve, shaking his head. Ineffectual, he declared. Ow! This ointment is for drawing out poison, but it absorbs devil chi and must be renewed, Sanghua cried, retrieving several bottles. A dozen applications are needed to purge the wound. You keep peeking. Let me handle it. Chenmu produced ingredients from his Tao Ti sack, refining them with deft techniques. Devil poison is not the true malady. The clash between your God Path vital chi and the Devil Path essence corrupts the ointment. The current salve is a crude spirit pill variant, tainted and unfit to extract the devil chi. A pill furnace, forged of vital chi, manifested in his palm. Flames reversed, waters twined, and myriad refinement methods dazzled her eyes. Soon, over a dozen spirit pills settled in his hand. He crushed one, smearing its essence upon her wound. In my world, I am a heavenly saint cult master, though called the heavenly devil cult master by many. I understand the devil path. Evil resides in the heart, whether God or devil. My experience allows me to treat wounds inflicted by devil divine arts. A coolness spread through her flesh, the corrupt chi drawn out, the wound tingled as healing began. My recovery is so swift, yet you claimed only modest fame? Her eyes widened, braids instinctively shielding her chest. A mere apothecary can refine spirit medicine to counter devil chi with such speed? Chenmu grinned, handing her the remaining pills. I was modest. Truly, I am famed in that world, though few can comprehend it. Sanghua blinked. You will not continue to apply the medicine? He turned toward others in need. I merely examined your wound. Apply the medicine yourself. Many others require aid. Raising her garment, Sanghua watched him attend the wounded across the sacrificial altar. She marveled at his dedication, recognizing the purity of his intent, save for the occasional glance elsewhere. Chenmu moved among the fallen, observing soldiers and divine practitioners alike. The battlefield blazed with fire left by unleashed divine arts. Chariots burned, corpses collapsed, flags fluttered diagonally into the earth, and spirit weapons jutted from the soil. In the distance, combat raged still. The world he had entered was cruel beyond measure. Even with experience on countless battlefields, the devastation before him stilled his heart. The art of healing cannot save all, he muttered. His skill could aid only a fraction. Months would be required to attend to all. Small battles arose every 3 days, great battles every 5. He lifted his gaze, the twin suns dimmed to red, fixed and unyielding, their creator a god of curious ideas. Though lacking in algebraic acumen, the fiery light scorched his eyes. He could not resist the desire to mend them. Circling the sacrificial altar, he invoked the Overlord Body 3 elixir technique. Spirit embryo and soul merged into primordial spirit, uniting body and spirit as one. Stepping upon the spirit platform, his vital chi radiated through 6 directions. Hair fluttered gently. The battle had revealed the might of divine practitioners, shaping his mind and heart. Past despair, following the first ancestor human emperor, had stifled his execution of techniques, prompting Butcher's rebukes. Yet those faults were not for lack of courage. They stemmed from elevated horizons, revealing deficiencies in foundation, each move and art seemingly flawed. Time did not permit reflection. The battlefield shifted with each moment. He acted or perished, slaying the powerful or facing death. Vital chi shimmered, connecting spirit embryo, 5 elements and 6 directions. Sun, moon, and stars illuminated divine treasures, transforming him into a being of radiant light. Celestial being divine treasure glimmered, its door unveiled, and below 6 directions divine treasure, the gateway to the life and death realm faintly appeared, linking to Yudu. Roar! Vital chi resounded with dragon echoes, coiling and refining his form. Hands became blades. He swept around the altar. Wind screamed. Knives fell like rain. Midnight battle across stormy cities. The sun leaped from the sea. Sun on East Sea 1,000-layer waves. A golden knife pierced night through jade-white brilliance. Man of 50 years, yet nothing made carrying knife in 8 wilderness all alone. Calamity yielded hope. The journey became ephemeral smoke. Butcher's blades moved with grave beauty, the horror of the world reflected. Chenmu's knives accelerated. Lights vanished. Winds, rains, suns, bats, seas disappeared. Fingers united as a sword. Vital chi vibrating into threads. each flick and smear exquisite. Swordlight danced above the altar like a silver flood dragon, circling faster and faster. The calamity of Supreme Emperor Heaven honed him. Through sword and vital chi, he learned, he released all. Third form of sword picture, Calamity of High Emperor. At the pinnacle of calamity, all swordlight dispersed. His finger struck the heart between brows, touching flesh and spirit alike. His essence, sword chi gathered in a single point. He comprehended calamity, the strife of life, heroes carving hope from hell, human emperors enduring hardship, the endless toil of the living and the dead. 2 fingers thrust, a rainbow sword stretched 10 miles, one half sun dimmed, only swordlight remained. Standing upon the altar, dazed, he realized his path was his own, unbound by the sword picture of village chief.